I said, hold on. I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Put your pitchforks away. I know he was revealed to be a duelist recently, but with Deadpool, do we really always know what he will do? Of course not. And also just imagine how annoyed the insta-locking duelists will be if he was a strategist, and we wouldn't ever have to ask someone to be support, worth it just for that. And the fourth wall break potential with him being a healer could be golden. Also with him being a support, you could in the future run Sabretooth as a vanguard, Wolverine as a duelist, and Deadpool as a strategist. Now let's move on to how this character will function. Deadpool is a hard-to-kill, 275 HP strategist, combining healing, damage, debuffs, and a unique taunt ability. As for the position the character will play, he will be similar to Ultron, being a duelist support hybrid, because Deadpool is not someone you can make a sustained healer out of, like Invisible Woman or Cloak and Dagger. But no. For this, we will keep some duelist element to him. Similar to Blade, he could switch between his guns and his swords. His dual-wielded gold-plated Desert Eagles do good poke damage for the primary attack, increasing its damage at range. 7 rounds each, 14 total, and as a joke, he reloads by throwing away the guns, grabbing new ones, and reinserting the same magazines. His swords serve as both good, quick melee damage and as a way to push back or knock up enemies. For his secondary attack, he throws chimichangas at teammates, which are harder to hit but can heal more than Rocket. Also, like Punisher, his guns automatically reload when you're not using them for a while. Ability 1 is dependent on whether or not he has guns or swords equipped. With guns, Deadpool rapid fires, with increased damage inflicting slow. With his swords, he quickly dashes forward and knocks up an enemy, increasing the damage they take while they are airborne. His guns can keep them airborne longer. Ability 2, Taunt. Target enemy takes increased damage, has 2 random abilities set on cooldown, while all other opponents within a 15-foot range have 1 ability affected. He is an annoying merc with a mouth, after all, and I think that this fits his character and his role. Perhaps you could make him set the same abilities on cooldown for consistency. This ability has a 45-second cooldown. The third ability changes depending on whether you have guns or swords equipped. If guns are equipped, he uses gas grenades that heal teammates and damage enemies over time. If swords are equipped, he uses nitrogen bombs that give his teammates increased speed, decreases their cooldowns by 5 seconds, and freezes enemies, slowing them down and making them take slightly high burst damage when they are hit for the first time. Both of these have a shared 7-second cooldown, with a max of 3 being stored. There's a 3-second cooldown between individual uses. For his fourth and final ability, he can activate to auto-dodge all incoming attacks for 3 seconds. He can attack while this is active, so enemies must account for this, and it has a long cooldown. And now on to his passives. For the first passive, Deadpool in the comics is immune to mind-controlling effects. To simulate this, Emma can't make him move with her ultimate, and he is immune to all non-physical CC. The second passive is his healing factor. If Deadpool is not taking damage for 6 or so seconds, he slowly heals back up to max HP, maybe with a slight overshield. As a side note, Wolverine should get this as well. It would not make him overpowered and allows him to be a bit more self-reliant when on flanks and preparing to kidnap a tank. Also, he can be a bit more aggressive. But anyways, if Deadpool dies, he doesn't have to respawn. Instead, his body will stay laying down until a 15-second timer is up. This passive has a 60-second cooldown. His third passive allows him to teleport 15 feet in the direction he is moving when performing a mid-air jump. This can be used to close in on an enemy or to escape an aggressive diving character. Next up are just a few team-up ideas that I've brainstormed. With Logan, he can grant Wolverine a rage boost when near him, says something like think fast while throwing a pie at his face. Can also grab Jeff and use him to inhale projectiles and then spit them back at the enemy. And last but not least is his ultimate, which gives his teammates wall hacks and aimbot. It does exactly what you think it does. Can even have that rectangular outline over opponents commonly found when someone uses these cheats for real. There really is so much you can do with this character. Tell me in the comments below your unique ideas. Deadpool really can fit any role. That is what is so fun about this character, his varied potential. But I like the idea that he constantly switches rules whenever he feels like it. Thank you for watching. So this is my first YouTube video, but there are more to come. I won't be focusing on any one specific game, instead offering the best ideas I can regarding various individual games and sometimes books and movies, where I think there's some niche to fill or lesson to show. For example, other people have way more to say on Marvel Rivals than I do, like Plumluck, who always finds the most niche of tips for this game, and I don't intend to replace anyone like that. Give him a follow. You might find a rare nostalgic game you liked in the past on my channel, where I breathe new life into it and offer new perspectives. My videos will range from story reviews, playthroughs for my favorite games, and game design ideas like Deadpool's. Feel free to subscribe, like the video if you found it interesting, I'd appreciate it. Thank you and goodbye.